Lo, death has reared himself a throne in a strange city lying alone far down within the dim west, where the good and the bad and the worst and the best have gone to their eternal rest. Their shrines and palaces and towers, time-eaten towers that tremble not, resemble nothing that is ours. Around by lifting winds forgot, resignedly beneath the sky the melancholy waters lie. No rays from the holy heaven come down on the long night time of that town, but light from out the lurid sea streams up the turrets silently, gleams up the pinnacles far and free, up domes, up spires, up kingly halls, up fanes, up Babylon-like walls, up shadowy long-forgotten bowers of sculptured ivy and stone flowers, up many and many a marvellous shrine whose wreathed friezes intertwine the vial, the violet, and the vine. Resignedly beneath the sky the melancholy waters lie, so blend the turrets and shadows there, that all seem pendulous in the air, while from a proud tower in the town, death looks gigantically down.
Should I blame her, that she'd have filled my days with misery, or that she would sooner have talked with ignorant men and taught them violent ways, and turned the little streets upon the great, had they but courage equal to desire? What could have made her peaceful with a mind that nobleness had wrought, simple as a flame, the beauty of a drawn bow, of a kind that is not natural in an age like this? To be so high, solitary, so stern? How could she be more than what she was? Was there no second Troy to burn?
Welcome,
And with that out of the
everybody.
way. Go for it, Lee.
Welcome, everybody, to Game Dunk 2022. This is the introduction, this is the prompt announcement. We have already begun.
Yep, you gotta work for your clues on this one, kids. Oh, yes.
So first off, I would like to acknowledge that I am streaming from the Wurundjeri land of the Kulin Nations. Sovereignty was never ceded, and we pay our respects to elders past, present, and emerging. And would you like to go first, Patty?
Happy to jump in, folks. For those of you who do not recognize me, I am Paddy, and I've been chugging along with this Game Dunk event for the extent of its life, I think. You may recognize me as the host of as the former host of the Liberation Industries role-playing podcast, or as the odd little game designer known as Organism who kicks around on itch pages. But yeah, this is our first year running Game Dunk as part of our like our greater alliance with the Arc server. So enjoying the new space, having a good time. And I did have some notes. Just a second. There we go. It's like, all right, we've tried to be reasonable, but your continued obstinance has forced our hand. You've been warned that there will be consequences, and yet you still fail to meet our very
Patty,
reasonable demands.
Patty,
You leave us no choice but to unleash the full power of Project Belphegor. The
Patty.
heavens will quake, and what?
Wrong notes.
That's the one for the UN. Okay.
Yeah.
No, all right, my bad. Okay, no, look. We're going to have a great time designing some games today, folks. So, awesome to have you out. Prompt announcement is coming very soon. I'll kick this over to Lee so they can introduce themselves as well.
Wonderful sound of paper note shuffling in the background. So I am Lee. You may recognize me as the Twitch stream. The Twitch will not get me. They will still have Paddy. Unfortunately, we are having, as usual, some technical difficulties. But the Discord is getting my animesque avatar, so that's all good. I am, as we say, I am Lee. I am the ARC representative of this little enterprise that we've got going here. Also been involved in it since it began in a pub. One fateful day after a convention and too many ciders. And you may also know me as Whimsy and Metaphor, offsider of the Liberation Industries podcast, and general dabbler in all things narrative, interactive, and generally fun to poke at until stories fall out. So we have a game jam for you today. So we should probably go over the basic rules before we start getting into the schedule and things like that. So how this is going to work is I am going to drop a link in the Discord channel, which you will need to come and join us on if you would like to participate, where you can submit your game. We will announce the prompts at the end of this little intro session, and you will have until Monday midnight, Australian Eastern Standard Time, to submit your games in whatever state they may be in at the time. We accept all comers.
Acceptable media include Word documents, collections of JPEGs, a voice recording emailed to us at 11:59. Any of these are fine. You can do whatever you like. And if you don't have an itch membership, which I think is the link we're referring to, we will set up alternative methods for communication if you need to. So
Yeah.
like you can get them through email or what have you. Just
gamedunk.contact@gmail.com, but I'll drop it in the server. And you can get it to us there in a pinch. All right. So, what else? Prompts. So the way that we structure prompts is we have our main prompt, which is necessary. It is required. You must include this in some way in your game. And then we have a whole bunch of secondary prompts, which are totally optional, there to get the creative juices flowing should you need them, and to add a little bit of extra spice to the session.
They do get you bonus points, but in the grand words of whose line it is in any way, the points don't matter. It's like
Yep.
We've had a few exciting examples of people managing to get the full hand of additional prompts into their games, and wow.
We see them, we respect them, they have made some glorious nonsense, and we love that.
And not to be but wait, there's more persuasion. We do also have some exciting events throughout the day.
We do. So we'll be, as usual, playing our prompt games on the channel during the day, but every hour, except for our lunch break on the hour, we have a variety of speakers. First up, I believe we have Jade Sendak, who is going to be talking to us about the MCU and Yes and.
Following on from that, we have the charming folks from Amble Studios, Jace and Logan in this case, if I'm remembering right, talking about taking games to work, the unexpected ways gameful design is useful in a professional environment.
Yep, then we're going to have a break to have some games, have some lunch, give everybody a bit of a rest, and then we're going to be following on with the stellar Herbert Peppard, who is going to be having a talk to us about systemless games and the dominance of emotional intelligence, which is a clickbait title if ever I heard it, but gosh, I want to see where this is going. So I am indeed clicking.
I was gonna say that one becomes pretty unavoidable at a certain point. And yeah, our final speaker for the day is the indomitable Pam Punzelin, who's been very brave, and that she's just rolled in with an AMA format, saying, for all of you budding designers out there, what would you like to know from one of the Pam's been doing some very interesting stuff lately. We'll say that. So yeah, if you want to get in and get your questions answered, she'll be in the chair.
And that's it for our speakers. One more final housekeeping thing before we roll into the prompts. As with any event on ARC, we do have a zero tolerance policy on harassment, abuse, discrimination, any of the above. If you are looking to include things that may be touchy topics in your games, feel free to raise it with us. Game Dunk has historically been very good about openly discussing that sort of thing. If, however, you are here to, as we say, stir shit, then yes, you will not be here for much longer. I think that's probably a good line to draw.
Language warning for Paddy and Lee, as always.
As always. As always. It's tradition.
In all of our various incarnations.
Yeah. If you have any issues or if you need to talk to anyone about something that's going on, you can message me or Paddy. You can DM us. You can drop a ping in the channel, whatever you're most comfortable with, and we'll try and get everything sorted out. So, would you like to kick us off with our main prompt?
All right, folks. So, And a drum roll, please. I'm going to do a bit. Just going to allow that to be a psychic drum roll, as we can never coordinate these things quite as well as we would like to over live stream.
That's okay, we have emoji drums. Logan has saved us with emoji drums.
Drum those emojis. Beautiful. Alright, so look, if we sort of take that in, we've got, like, much awaited and, the tension's starting to get to me. Our grand overarching topic, that being the only topic you need to include in your game for this year, our prompt for Game Duck 2022 is The Devil You Know. And I'll repeat that again for those playing along at home. The Devil You Know is our main prompt for Game Dunk 2022. I'm going to send that out into the ether. I'm going to let it flutter across your dreams.
As always, Paddy and I, as well as coming with an MA rating, are not above being bribed. So if you were here for the start of this, or you go and have a quick listen to the highlight stream on the ArcanaCon Twitch, I will drop the link, you will notice that we began this session with a dramatic reading. We have chosen two of our favourite poems, by which I mean my favourite poem is actually still in copyright, so I have chosen a favourite public domain poem.
You've been very considerate that way. You can use these however you want.
Yes. Yeah, both poems are in the public domain, so just go hog wild. Those poems...
What was your poem, Lee?
Oh, come on, that's no fun. They can look up the Twitch and then search for the lines. No. My poem was The City...
I know I got the lines wrong.
My poem was The City Under the Sea by Edgar Allan Poe.
And for my bribe, because we're just calling them that now, which I think is very,
we always have been.
That stage in our game jam career, which I think was inevitable. But no, Paddy's bribe is the poem No Second Troy by W.B. Yeats, which, although is just a weird proto-diss song about his ex who was way cooler than he was, I think is actually the only poem I can remember. Like, it's the only one I can actually quote from memory, reasonably. But yeah, so look, take that and do what you will. As we said, these are public domain works of poetry, so you can do what you like with them.
Yep.
Same as Dracula and Winnie the Pooh. Good luck. Those are prompts, but you can use them if you want.
Yeah.
We do have other prompts.
Yes, so the next prompt is if you are looking for something to get the juices flowing from a more systems and mechanics perspective. One of our optional prompts this year is class warfare. No classes, no gods, no kings. Is the no gods, no kings a literal prompt? Or are we just going with the... was that for dramatic effect? I don't know, I could go either way.
Yeah, look, I think we leave it there and see what the lovely people do with it. I mean, that prompt there is classic half a beer patty, so it's like, yeah, where we are.
Yep.
Yeah, look, our next one is perhaps a style guide, although if you can work this into mechanics, I will be impressed and vaguely terrified. As is traditional with Lee and I, our style point is waistcoats and cravats. So, waistcoats and cravats, take that as you wish. We have found those sneaking into a number of game jams before, even if it wasn't an official prompt. At least in one case with a dolphin. But, yes. So look, waistcoats and cravats, take that and do with it what you will.
And our final optional secondary prompt, and this is sort of more from a storytelling and narrative perspective, is recursive or groundhog universes. We're looking for some time loops here, kids.
Oh, yes. Which is always gonna... I mean, what could go wrong? So I think we've got some things going on here. We've got plenty of little ideas for you to feed on there, and I can already hear the creative juices bubbling away in those little brains across the internet there. So I think we're onto something good.
As do I. All right, we're going to disconnect. We're going to head over to the Discord. We will see you in approximately 40 minutes for the first speaker, Jade. And for now, happy game dunking.
See you in the chat, folks.